break up the normal ritual tonight, isn't it?
Thank you, man.
Someone can order some much.
Yeah, I won't hang those. I'm gonna try to get them this week. All right? Yeah, heard that?
I don't know if it's gonna work.
Oh, yeah. Yellow. You know, about that squished around everything we got up left, didn't we? It's time to order, isn't it? Hello. There we go. Thank you, brother. Jordan knows how to get it going up here. He may have 3 or 4 pieces together, but we'll be together. Turn to Matthew chapter 7, verses 15 through 23. If you would. Ask you to stand. Matthew chapter 7, verses 15 through 23. I'm going to talk about false prophets. Beware of the false prophets, which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are raven wolves. You shall know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes of thorn, or figs of thistles? Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit, neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. Every tree that bringeth not good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire. Verse 20, whereby by their fruits you shall know thee. Verse 21, not every one that saith unto the Lord, Lord, shall we enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven. Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, had we not been prophesied in thy name? And in thy name have cast out devils, and in thy name done many wonderful works. Saddest word you can see. Then I will profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity. Sister Kathy, would you lead us in prayer, please?
Father God, we want to be filled with your Spirit so we can hear the words. Depart from me, ye workers of iniquity. We pray, Lord, for this church to be a light and salt for your kingdom. We pray, Lord, for this town, Lord, to be a town dedicated to serving you, to helping one another, to lifting up the fallen. Lord, to pray for the military.
Yes.
That gives us our peace and our right to come into your house.
Yes.
We just pray, Lord, for the families that have lost their loved ones in the military.
Yes, that's
We
right.
pray, Lord, for those who are actively in the military, Lord, that you'll shield them completely from the enemy and bring them home safely. Lord, we ask that when they're home, that you'll show them clearly that it was your hand that provided their safety and their deliverance. And we pray for the homes of the people here. We pray for the schools of the children. We pray
Yes.
for everyone that has anything to do with the children. Father God, may your Spirit direct them and protect all the way and all the day long, each day of their lives, Lord. We just ask, Father God, for us to humble ourselves before you, Lord. We ask that we prosper even as our souls prosper. So feed our souls tonight, Lord, and help us to take that food and multiply it into the unity of good. It's in the name of Jesus we ask. Amen.
Appreciate you praying for the military. I think we need to pray for them every day. Amen.
Man.
They leave their home and don't know if they're going to come back or not, but I appreciate that. We'll talk about wolves in sheep's clothing tonight. You say, what is that, preacher? If you notice on these animal kingdoms, when a lion or something gets after another animal, it's going to eat them, they always catch the last one or the weakling or something wrong. They never get the head one, do they? That's the way Satan does. He gets the weakest one he can find in church, and maybe some disgruntled church member. Try to find out what's going on and try to cause disruption. And that's what the Bible talks about there. You may say, who are these people? Many times it's people who have left the church for whatever reason and try to continue to find what's going on. I've had people call me and want to know what all went down there, and I said, well, come on down and back and you see.
Ain't gonna relay the message. You will find out what's coming on, coming down. Some of them are troublemakers when they attend it. In a lot of churches are split because of this type of stuff. Never happy, never satisfied. Attended church and stood around saying that they have the church's best interests at heart. But do they? Do they? Is it to bring glory on the church or glory on them? So many times it's them. But that's as far as from the truth there is. They try to tear people down. Try to tear people down. And many times they used to be in leadership. Some even call themselves pastors. Maybe left the church or whatever. Continue runs the church down. Start with Christians, they're supposed to run each other down. Amen. I don't care what position they're in. Excuse me just a minute. People who try to tear down the church for spreading rumors, cause the turmoil in the churches, don't know the same Jesus that I know.
Amen.
Judas people who wanted control of the church. Couldn't get it. I've been in church splits, and not even fun. Not even fun at all. The Southern Baptist Church in Stuttgart split 4 times in 20 years. You never know who was going there. They want control, they couldn't get it, so they try to find out what's going on from some disgruntled church member. We've had people who left this church that actually wish this church would go under. I'm serious. Oh, but no, that ain't right, yes it is.
It's true.
They just spend half their time on the phone gossiping, running that church. One person told me that your pet is Gordon's. My pet is Gordon, and all you men that help me out here, you know, I got all kind of pets. Matthew, if these people would quit doing that, no telling what this church would be. A few people, what they say, the wheel with the squeakies, you know, gets the most attention, you know, and that's about right. I think that's something like that. Matthew 7:16 says, you should know them by their fruit. Peach trees don't grow on apple trees, do they?
No.
The men gather grapes from thorn or figs and thistle. Good tree brings good fruit, or bears good fruit. Bad trees are bad fruit. Let's turn to John 10. Hold your place there. Let's go to John 10, verses 10 through 13, please. John 10, verses 10 through 13, please. John 10, verses 10 through 13, please. Bless you. The thief cometh not but for to steal and to kill, to destroy. I have come that they might have life, they may have it more abundantly. I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd giveth his life for his sheep.
Man.
But he is that as a hireling, and not the shepherd, whose own the sheep are not. Seeth wolf coming and leaving the sheep, and fleeth, and the wolf catches them, and scatters them deep. Verse 13, and the hireling fireth, because he is a hireling, and careth not for the sheep. You know, as pastor of this church, it's 11 years in June. I know you've heard that a lot, but I don't know how y'all put up with me for 11 years. But I'm glad you have. But pastor of this church, it's my responsibility. If I see anybody, hear anybody causing discord among the church, I'm going to call them down. Okay? Whether they regular or not. We have enough trouble as it is.
Man.
Without the world out there, you know, running us down, we don't need some disgruntled church member. Wolves in sheep's clothing can be very deceiving. They can be, they look like sheep, try to blend in, talk a good talk. But the main concern is to try to destroy the Lamb of God. They prey on the ones that are not faithful. Again, maybe some, they prey on some that are not grounded in the Word, Brother Gordon. Maybe they feed over some disgruntled church members who act real holy but are full of the devil. What I'm trying to do tonight for this is trying to get us ready for revival. Amen. We don't need to dwell on the past.
Man.
Past is history. People tell me over the years, thank God this church had it. Well, what I should preach, Wesley, that didn't go very good.
Huh.
It's like somebody trying to tell you what to preach.
Yep.
I get my message from the Lord, and will be and never be told by man what to preach.
Amen.
Sure, I use notes up because I can't read my writing to start with. I don't remember things like I used to. Amen? Anybody relate to that? Charles and Kansas are young, they wouldn't know that. But you know, Brother John, I saw Charles Stanley using notes, so I guess if Dr. Charles can use it, it's okay with me, okay? I said this morning, there's people, a lot of times come here joy suckers. They like to steal the joy from people. They're miserable. And they want everybody else to be miserable. Amen? They don't want to get excited. You already know what I'm going to do this morning. I know what I'm going to do. Brother John jumped up. He said he's ready. So I don't know what he was ready for, but he's ready. They don't want you to get excited. They sit on the back row like a big old buzzard just gazing over everybody. Hate to bust your bubble, but you know, God doesn't need us. We need Him.
Amen.
And I'm going to continue doing what God instructs me to do. I thought about resigning not long ago, to be honest. But God wouldn't let me. Wouldn't let me. She didn't. Preachers get discouraged like anybody else.
Amen.
Doesn't seem like you see any fruits or nothing. But we prayed about it, and God's not done with us here yet. The more I thought about resigning, I'd be playing right in Satan's hands. There's a pastor right now that I used to go to his church, resigned. The church just ruined him. He's a young guy in his 20s. They just destroyed him. He ain't preaching nowhere now. But I will not get discouraged and leave. I will leave when you say leave or when God says leave. I thought I heard a bumblebee. I serve Him as a Savior. He's in the world today. He lives, doesn't he? He lives. People like to tear down pastors. They don't have respect for anybody in a leadership position. They want to tell one person something, then let them spread like wildfire. Even more gossip. A few years ago, I remember got mad and left, and some of the members asked me, was I going to go get them? I said, not hardly. I didn't ask them to leave. They left because they didn't get their way. They tithed a lot. So, doesn't bother me. God know He left. They get all puffed up like a big old bullfrog. You ever seen a bullfrog get all puffed up, don't you? Yeah, they do. Well, shake